this is, considering that this is inside a truck. We are inside the kitchen of White Rabbit Filipino Fusion Food Truck, where today we are getting to know the owners, as well as later on trying to sample some of the foods in the menu. As one Peace Corps volunteer put it, very properly and very appropriately, she said, Filipinos are all about family, faith, and food. And so before we try Filipino fusion food, let's hear the story of Vicky Brown.
Her parents and sister live in Los Angeles, California, but her family is in Licab, Nueva Ecija, Philippines.
My nanay, she's the older mother, my ate, an older sister, and her husband, and then about 1, 2, 3, there were 6 children, including my godson that were in the family.
Your godson?
I have a godson.
Was he born while you were over there?
He was 2 months born by the time I came to the house. So for the first 2 years of his life, I was able to sort of, be a part of it. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I miss my godson a lot.
When joining the Peace Corps, Vicky became part of a long tradition of volunteerism, but moved to a country she knew almost nothing about.
Peace Corps is an American government organization that promotes volunteer work on an international scale. It was April 26, 2008 when I found out that I was going to the Philippines. And I had informed my family that I would be going to the Asia region, and there are 6 countries in the region. And then when I opened up the package and it said Philippines, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to the Philippines! And my sister's like, is that good? And I said, I don't know. There wasn't, previous to that, I hadn't had much exposure to the Philippines as a country. And so I wasn't entirely certain, me personally, what I was going to get myself into.
Living with a host family, Vicky quickly embraced the Filipino culture, which she concluded consisted of faith, family, and food.
The Filipino food is very unique and very interesting. It's very much a part of the Filipino culture. I was eating rice, which is kaning in Tagalog. I was eating rice 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, dinner. So, for breakfast it was egg and rice. For lunch it was a dish called dinugunan, which is actually pig's blood mixed with rice. And then for dinner I would have this kind of sausage, which is called longanisa, and another dish called torta talong, which is an eggplant with scrambled eggs on top of it, and then also with rice.
Vicky tried to overcome some of the challenges of living in a foreign country by learning Tagalog.
I try to speak Tagalog every chance that I can.
What would you like to tell our viewers in Tagalog?
Magandang umaga sa iyong lahat. Ako po si Vicky at maraming salamat po para yung mga kultura po ninyo. Like talagang magandang kultura po ninyo. Salamat.
Vicky also survived the wrath of nature when Typhoon Undoy swept through her town.
Okay, we are now recording. This is the flood of Licab, 2009. I'm currently up to my chest in water, walking the main street of walking the main street of Licab. It is flooded all the way down.
The California storms are nothing like the typhoons in the Philippines. My area was not hit directly, but my town was actually a victim of the dam floodings. So what happened was because of the typhoons, the series of typhoons that came in that year, the Pangambangan dams and other dams that were in the area were overfilling and to the point of breaking. And so the government decided that they would release the waters, but it was like 3.7 million tons of water and my town sadly got hit by the flood, and many people lost their homes, and I ended up getting sick from it. And it was just it was a weekend, October 9th, 2009. Our town was hit by a very serious flood where people there were people who died and who were seriously injured, and it was so I felt, whatever it was, I felt obligated to go out there and do what I could for my fellow community members who they cannot swim. Like they don't have exposure to the ocean the way that people along the coast have. So it was a kind of crazy experience for me, and I grew up a lot in that weekend.
But the memory of Undoy does not overpower the love and friendship she experienced in the Philippines. Now that Vicky is back in Los Angeles, she is looking forward to returning to her second home. From Kababayan, LA, this is Leti Munoz reporting.
Kumuha ng serbisyo ng teleponong pambahay na mas mababa sa 25 cents sa isang araw mula sa California Lifeline Telephone Program kahit naputulan na ng serbisyo.